Hello, guys. Welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS, and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So, if today is the first time when you see our program for able to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So, for now, I am going to start with tonight's show. All right. So, Martin Keown will be one of the regulars for TalkSport. So, if we talk about Martin Zubimendi, so it's a get any new signing across Europe wey impact in team the kind of way Zubimendi impact Arsenal and the argument wey Baba dey put forward 100. So cut off side carry the story. So Martin Keown names the Arsenal signing having the biggest impact across Europe. And when you read the entirety of the report, Martin Keown, who is an Arsenal legend, believes the club have clearly pulled off a masterstroke with the signing of Spanish central midfielder Martin Zubimendi. Now, when you go further with the reports, you can see when they talk for TalkSport, so you got to talk say across Europe, I don't really see anybody that has come in and integrated so well, made such an impact. The goals he scored against Nottingham Forest, the header, but he makes everything tick. Yes, he comes on at the weekend against West Ham, and it was seamless when he came on late. Say as the guy come out, he enter for that match. As the guy, for me personally, I know they see that guy as defensive midfielder. I see him as a deep lying playmaker. You get? I don't know that because now Spanish, because all these Spanish boys, they did very, very technical and creatively gifted. Yeah, so I God do them for them. So I just did very, very happy. Say at least that one of the signings where we say he come and he hit the ground running. In fact, that's how you want sign. I was one of those who they talk say, if Ken's not taking, no guard go bench am. Based on say no guard get Premier League experience. But look at today now, no guard no even lace in boots. With the kind of impact, the kind of importance wey dey for our first 11, no beyond every doubt. Zubimendi is a now I want to understand why Liverpool won't buy themselves for Zubimendi. Now I understand why Jamie Carragher dey vex for Mateta. Carragher came out, opened his mouth and said Mateta stole Zubimendi from Liverpool. Don't be saying na gossip or na rumor. He talk am. Say yes. Say Mateta call and say make him no join Liverpool. Carragher talk am. So now so when things they go as still they unfold, they dey clearer and clearer. So now I can understand why it be like that. Now, moving on, I saw this post on Twitter. So Emirates is going to talk about Arsenal. They say every time I put on the shirt, I'm reminded why I made the move. Arsenal's almost more than football, it's a standard. Yes. So I did happy saying feel like that about our darling club. So it makes sense. Now, Fabrizio Romano going to give us breaking news. Say Barcelona and Real Madrid. Say now presently they are involved in the race to sign Maguire as a free agent in 2026, according to Sky Sports. Bayern and Liverpool also are into it, but for me, I can tell you for free, say Liverpool no go sign this guy. For me personally, I think he will go to like Barca, where in the guaranteed of winning something in the season, or Real Madrid. Yeah, so I think that one of those two places he will likely go. Yeah, so now we'll see me at this, but now he go see make the final say we can only project. At the end of the day, he can decide to come choose Liverpool. Who am I to say, I no join them? They'll be my family member. Now, although I don't go like me Liverpool strengthen with Maguire. Now, away from that, TNT Sports. I want to talk about the relationship between Konate and Saliba. Now, Konate can carry this picture. When they show Saliba, say, Willow, Alpha, is this you? And that is a picture of Ibrahim Konate celebrating winning the Premier League. Now, on the surface, you go look this and say, nah, just joke. But now this type of thing, they fuel player hunger and desire to win league, to win something. Say in close circle the banter, in close circle the bite. Say you never winner, you no go ever winner. Now, what if that meme wey they use for Mateta? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And I remember when Liverpool fans put that picture. Black and one we go play them for Anfield. But then last season, I think it was last season. Oh, play 2-2. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. All those kinds of Mateta will listen, will enter in medulla oblongata. So, but this kind of Saliba, me I don't say now like joke. Oh yes, it's joke, but internally, no be joke. Oh, they go fight suit and nail. In fact, one of our community members asked me, "Say, this one will be say Arsenal, they reward all these players, they give them money. Sure, you don't think say the team will really like give them that morale, give them that motivation. Say this club they give us the money where we want to, all the money where we find. You get, but money is important. They motivate us, they give us that incentive. Come on, we guys fight and die for the club. Meanwhile, another of our community members say we talk say why they go they give Bukayo Saka £300,000 per week all the way from 195? Say too much. As I see that comment, my first instinct, like a response to stimulus, was to type "na your money," but I say no, be like say me and the person they call it. I just ignore the statement. Well, like the first thing we just did in my mind say "na your money." If Arsenal they generate money, if Arsenal make Arsenal give them, reward them. I keep telling you about feeding the goose that lays the golden egg. If you don't give the goose go run come out now go meet another farmer. You get, they'll call it give and waiting they find. So to retain the best of the best players in the world, you have to also increase our salary. I am happy that we are now destroying our wage cap. We are destroying our wage barrier, like not destroying in a negative sense, but in the positive way, because we now have the money. Nobody like before you say, we they build stadium, we they do this one, they took that one. Now we are like money day. Yes. Now they're talking about expanding the stadium. When they do that stadium expansion, more money will come. More money. And as you see, the formula is the more you generate more money and more income, the players also need to eat part of it. Now then they play. When they make people, do you think if say these Mateta boys now, no, they do well, people will have that incentive to come to the main stadium and come and watch, not just watch, shout on the top of their lungs, scatter their lungs because of you with joy. You think if they are not doing well, people are not proud of them. The only thing you're doing is more win trophy. The boys are doing well. I saw a report where they accumulated and calculated the last 3 seasons, points accumulated. Snap did more than every other person. The last 3 seasons, calculate all the points we will collect and every other person. We did more than Man City, but we know we not. And Man City win anyhow. So for me personally, let them reward them. I'm all for that. I really support anybody they feel say why they go to give. Like how do you the question? Why they go give Saka? What's it with 300? How much Sancho they collect before the portion? No, be like 350. For them. What's it those ones they produce? Me no bring that kind of argument at it. Me no go that side. Now away from that, Kepa Arrizabalaga is admitting that he was nervous ahead of his first Arsenal game. Say the thing, yeah, it's normal. Say he don't play for some kind of big games, he don't represent some kind of big teams again. But still, that first game now, you will see things like baby, I don't do mistake, those kind of mindset. So he was speaking to the Arsenal media. So Kepa was reflecting on his mindset ahead of the Carabao Cup game stating, yes, definitely it's like that. I've played for some big teams, I've played in some big games, but in the end, we are people, we are human, and you want to perform well. No matter what the game is or what the conditions are, I think it's good to have a little bit of nervousness, nervous feeling before the game. It keeps you alert and it keeps you focused. It's good because instead you don't want lose guard. In respect us, say if you go lose guard, Arsenal fans will come for him and you don't want any negative team for that in first game. So I didn't have to say the first game itself, you go away for him. So everywhere stew. Now, Fabrizio Romano announced some officially saying David Raya don't sign the new deal. But yesterday, I think it was reported that Raya has already signed that new deal. Yes, so I don't know which one be Raya signed new deal again. So I think this news is the overflogger. What will they wait for now? Make Arsenal post the official pictures. Once it's okay, Raya don't run up. They don't do the media rounds. Now what do you mean they wait for? Now, we're going to look into Barcelona. This one no concerns now, but I think it's notable for me to talk about it. Barcelona player with the most goals and assists so far this season. Look at Rashford. This is a rejected stone. At some point, Anti Flick waiting for Barca. Say make Rashford need to up in game. This and that. Talk down on the guy. Look at him today. Producing more than Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski. Producing more than these people. Rashford is flying. Now on loan, I noticed I don't buy this guy. I think he's still on loan. But I don't say no good future for Manchester United because I'm worried. I don't know. He's a bit fight players. Yeah, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him that he's doing well over there because so many negative rhetoric and narratives about this player. Yes, not be Arsenal player, but I just be happy for him. Now, so you almost want to talk, say the first time I saw this report on Fabrizio Romano's page, the first time I trained with Messi, he told me, Sergio, remember we are on the same team, oh, don't hit me. Oh. I replied and said, relax, bro. Now we hit anyone that comes there. I had to be tough with him when I faced him. I remember it was Barcelona. It was the only way to stop him. But when I played my first game with him, I was like, this is great now. I can fully relax. I have Messi on my side. What was difficult before is now part of my team. So when I saw this, I was like, where these two people play together? So I can't do some research. I can't find out so they play for PSG. These two played in PSG. But I feel like team say whether they're MLS. So I can't check and say that PSG. But it is somewhat ironic, I don't know. Because with him Messi taking IC for where Ramos there. Not just Ramos. Ramos and Pepe. Those two people. Hey! The atrocities what those people commit for football. If say they invent VAR earlier, the red card right now, so I don't even think there's any defender we don't collect red card like Ramos. I think he is the one that has the record. So if to say VAR one day, let's see that record will be like -3 because waiting Ramos do. No be everything they capture now. Now the one we just dey like obvious. That they give am, but someday we say now on cold. Ramos. Though I enjoy all those things then, no sabi Real Madrid fan for La Liga side. So I enjoy all those things then because they favor my own team. So now so it always be sure. No, yeah, well, let's proceed. Now, for what did happen for the African scene? So Fabrizio Romano let us know say Mohamed Salah has become the all-time top goal scorer of the Africa World Cup qualifiers. He scored a brace today against Djibouti. So when I saw the statistics, I was happy for him. At least they put Africa on the map. So instead really do well for Egypt. Shall not bring this from Liverpool. Shall make it your end for Africa. Hey, go back to Liverpool. Continue your struggling of 8 dribbles in the season. Now, away from that. So Jacob Kiwior don't come as I can say he won't set the record straight because he don't hear some false narratives about why and how Inte go Porto. And say those narratives don't really go down well with him. So he decided to come out. Now, Mateta didn't want me to go because many people feel say Mateta will sacrifice the guy after the good things so the guy do for us. They don't really reward them. Say Mateta for keep him. So now him call the clear say the reverse is the case. So say the way the thing they happen. Now he even convinced Mateta say in gas leave. You get because the Polish defender insisted that contrary to some reports, Mateta wanted to keep him. I laughed at those stories because it was exactly the opposite. The club didn't want to let me go and it took a long time for them to agree to the transfer. I was valued there. No one wanted to get rid of me. Mateta didn't want me to leave for Portugal either. So I never felt unwanted. The decision to leave was entirely mine. I wanted to play, but with Gabriel and Saliba ahead of me, the chances were small and nobody they argue this one. That's an objective fact. You get. So now he can continue to say, Mateta accepted my reasoning, spoke with the director, and things moved quickly after that. The defender said, "Yes." So it was FC Porto self. Now I can't even convince him. At some point, FC Porto were calling me every day. They fought hard and never gave up. After several rejections, you know, see FC Porto bid for this guy many times. After saying no, we are not selling. Because I wanted to. Why Mateta no go even keep him? Because this guy upgraded. Moko no lie. Kiwior upgraded. For me, Kiwior was a shit packer, but presently, at some point, Kiwior can be more valuable than Saliba. For match, Saliba will make schoolboy errors. Kiwior will stand in the rock of Gibraltar. This guy will force don't be Saliba the Saliba. What would they fear say Kiwior will do? Saliba can they do? Now remember that year. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that he came out. Not be saying they under duress or anything. Nobody force him. Now I come as I can explain. The guy, as in the report long that I don't know if he go into every aspect, but he explained how the move they go. But the major takeaway from the story is that if like he was wanted at Arsenal, now him gone push for the move, and he convinced Mateta why the move should be approved. Mateta can go discuss with the sporting director, they can run out for him. And as him go, that was why we were able to get Piero Hincapié, who in my opinion is even a better player than Kiwior on paper because we never tested the Hincapié. We only saw him maybe in 5-10 minutes. We never really test him. So the jury is still out on him. Now when we can't test him to confirm, it can't be on paper, it can't be in reality. Yes, we can't say and say yes. the guy really good. But I say on paper because wetin I don't hear about him, wetin I don't see highlights, I value wetin I see. But we need to see the guy play for Arsenal. Play like 30 minutes, play like 1 hour, all those kind of things. Now what me I dey wait for. Now away from that, when you go to the Arsenal website, you see this report. Zubimendi wins Emirates goal of the month. Now, this particular goal, that volley, going wipe. So the fans, they voted that goal against Nottingham Forest. Say now be September goal of the month. Get, I'm not like the goal sweet. The goal makes sense. Get, very, 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 very beautiful goal. You get, so I did very, very happy. Now, Rio Ferdinand got to talk. Say he get one player we Mateta sign. Say say that player Mateta will thank God. See that saying sign that player. With that report, saying sign that player. You get. So among the new arrivals, one signing in particular has drawn high praise. Emirates. According to Rio Ferdinand, the former Manchester United defender, Angel's arrival could prove pivotal for Mateta's plans. Speaking on his show, Rio Presents, Ferdinand said, "I think because Mateta is sitting there saying, 'Thank God we went and got Emirates. Thank God that the board backed me and I've got a ready-made replacement in Eze.'" When I say replacement, I'm talking about Odegaard. So he continued, because I don't think he's the type who would have put Ite or Max Doman into that position. I think he could play both of them. Is another guy. The thing is, say, now remember when I talked, say, for me, if you ask me who is going to be the X factor for Arsenal this season, we could be very, very key to Arsenal winning the league. I already told you, for me, that Emirates, not even Gyökeres. Emirates will turn out to be the most important cog in our machine. Emirates, that guy, may shall no get injury. May shall no get injury. That guy is going to, if he don't score plenty, but that guy will orchestrate things. He will run things. He will say that guy really did very, very instrumental when we win this league. He will look back, say, I took some this, Emirates, the guy running for us. Yourself, he will say. Now I hope say everything go like that. Now away from that, so people like Allardyce, when he claims say Jean-Philippe Mateta would have done well at Arsenal if to say nine they would sign ahead of Gyökeres. Because why? If you say as that guy, they nobody fit bully him. Instead, nine go to bully people. You get, so if the same play for a team like Arsenal, in fact, he said Manchester United should have bought him. That's Mateta, without a doubt. Arsenal could have bought him. You know what I mean? And he would have flourished. You know what I mean? I mean, look at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, 18 games undefeated, and is one of the main reasons that they are where they are, because it's not just his goal scoring ability, it's all around play. No bullying, you can't bully him, but he can bully you. And it's that because it's not fashionable for the top clubs now. They have to be more sleek, more rubbish. When I read this report, I just laugh, say, I don't blame you. The reason why you go call teams like Arsenal the way they play, say more rubbish now, because you, during your own time, now jack back football, they play, back, boom, power, you get. Now, what's the guy play? Go check in record. Look what he do for Bolton. Remember those days when you say, if Arsenal play Bolton go bully us like man. We go cry, no VAR, they go mash our neck, mash our head. Oh, man, that year, you get. This is some other guys. Arsenal sees many things, but this man Ayu, he doesn't understand tiki-taka, like play free-flowing football and long ball, back, boom. That's why he can relate with Mateta, because if he wants to play like that type of Mateta build, they usually go for. Yes. But the thing is, he needs to understand that everything he's saying is in the realm of speculation. He's just projecting. There is no guarantee. Say, if say Mateta, see a very cheesy. No, as in the score goes with reckless abandon for Crystal Palace. How many goals don't score for Arsenal? Yes, we love the glimpses. Look how many chances. See, Moko, be honest now. Do you know that Emirates has missed many chances that could have resulted into a goal? Remove emotions, remove sentiments. You know how many goals Emirates you don't miss for Arsenal? We say it's supposed to only like 3. So that guy's supposed to score like 3 or 4 goals for Arsenal like this. Not many chances. That's why they be. See Matheus Cunha. When someone transfer, they will say, we go like make Arsenal sign somebody like Matheus Cunha. They busted from that side. Kiniko. How many goals he don't score since he go Manchester United? That is somebody that understands the league, was scoring goals like water for the league. Not be saying abroad they ship and come. He did for the league. Now you don't go Manchester United. How many goals you don't score? Same Buemo. The para for Brentford. How many goals you don't? So look at all these people as a case study for you to understand. Say just because you did for one small team, they bust there, they do anyhow. If you go for a big team on paper, baba, they easy. They easy. Now I can't understand. Say even people waiting for the league already still need acclimatization and blending like a blender. So they easy. So don't just have tunnel vision that if Mateta come, I don't think so. Yes. Just take and send a 50-50. If it to flourish, and it might not also flourish. So there's an argument to be made there. So that's what it just be. Now, I can't see this report. Say PSG, fit reason Barca. Say they would like to sign Lamine Yamal for 230 million euros. When I saw this report, I know say this one is dead on arrival. There is no amount where anybody will give Barca today. The Barca could sell Lamine. If they sell him, Barca is done. We know they say done because this type of players, if you take another 50 years before you fit get them, they know they deal like that anyhow. This kind of player is a generational talent. Just they buy them for market anyhow. So now one is one. Before you go see another one like this, how old they see what they do now? Before you go see another one like this, Baba, see in age, they see if they mention in name, today I saw a report on I think it was Sky Sport or ESPN UK where they talk say Messi of younger days compared to Lamine Yamal of today. Everybody they choose Messi, but no be there be my own focus. My own focus was for Lamine to even be put in that situation, in that question, in that equation. So many people even choose him. Alone is a win. That for Lamine to even be in the Ballon d'Or, say between him and the winner, that one alone is a win because what's he be in age. So the guy can still run a lot of things. So now, okay, I think this was the reporter I took. I will find the headline and see on that time. Okay, so one Arsenal man, Perry Grooves, talk say instantly convinced the Gyökeres will score 20 goals. Say him this like instantly convinced because him talk about the beginning. He said Gyökeres will score goals. He was saying this on TalkSport. So Perry Grooves expressed his belief in Gyökeres' goal scoring potential. He said, "I've got a little cheeky side bet with Charlie George, a Arsenal fan, or Arsenal legend. I see at the games." He said, "I said Gyökeres will get 20 Premier League goals. The thing is, if we are playing up front for Arsenal with the chances we create, any decent centre forward should score 20 goals." So now waiting at the mindset we get with that. So that's why they give that guarantee, say they still get that belief. And more like many games today. So anything, a lot can still happen in this particular league with it. Now, Steven Gerrard, when they talk about Declan Rice or Rio Ferdinand, they say that argument. They say, okay, who is the best midfielder? But the question when they ask Gerrard and say, which central midfielder in today's generation you will look and say, that's the level I'm used to playing against and I respect. So they say, if those say they play, you will love the person competition. You are in with drag for the middle of the park. You say you know, say you know if you enter the person if you enter you. So many people confuse say maybe the way Gerrard will answer, he will mention Liverpool players. Instead, Gerrard can say, in the Premier League, I think Declan Rice is a really, really good midfielder. I like an awful lot about him. I like the kid. I like his mentality. I like the way he's gone to the next level at Arsenal. He's adding different things to his game. I think he'd be a really, really tough, strong opponent. A good challenge, yes. And I'm happy for the compliments. Now, waiting Sir Jim Ratcliffe talk about Amorim, he don't break the internet because this is not what the fans wanted. Now, let's go through this. Sir Jim Ratcliffe confirms he intends to give Amorim 3 years. 3 years at Manchester United before he will be reason sacking. Because why? Things don't happen overnight. He was telling the business podcast when they interview him. Now, what did they explain? Now, for that same podcast, he can talk say, I remember the pressure that the pressures that were calling for Sir Alex Ferguson sacking in his first 2 years. You can say, for example, look at Mikel Arteta with Arsenal. He faced a tough time in his first 2 years. We have to be patient and look at the results in the long time. He was telling the Times, he never finished there. Make I go through the last slide before I go talk what I want to talk. Now, Sergeant Ratcliffe on what was going to happen in case the Glazers will be the majority stakeholder for Manchester United. Call and say, sack Ruben Amorim. Instead, go tell and say it's not going to happen. Now, there are two things to take away from this. First one is the massive vote of confidence from Sergeant Ratcliffe to Amorim. As a manager, when you hear like a minority stakeholder, they talk this kind of thing for the public domain, it go sweet you. You get, it go sweet you. You will not say at least you did safe because they won't make you calm down, craft the team, build them to your taste, your own players, so that make you succeed. After all, if Mateta can do it, you can do it also. Secondly, this is something I always preach here, and I say preach them in the morning when they talk about different POV and how to analyze teams. And I explain, say, the fans' POV, when I say POV, point of view, the fans' POV is different from the POV of the administrators, the owners, the board of directors. Everybody get different POV. That is why, if at the end of the season, Arsenal win the league, the fans might revolt and say sack Mateta, but the board will say no, you can't sack him because he's doing something other than winning the league, which is also part of the metrics of success, revenue generation. That's on one side, that's for Arsenal. Now I'm going to come back to Manchester United. Man U fans, they don't talk about when they go sack Mikel Arteta. You go to hear people like JB Carragher, will not be Man U fan, or people like Gary Neville, Roy King go talk, say, oh, if they lose against Sunderland, they go sack him. If he escape the land, oh, if they lose against Burnley, they go sack him. Oh, in fact, that Manchester Chelsea game, if they lose that Chelsea game, they go sack him. But that is not the POV of Sergeant Ratcliffe, the board of directors. They are in support of the manager. They understand that it will take time. We need to crawl before you run, walk, all those things. So they don't talk, say, okay, they will give him even up to 3 years to achieve his goal because Rome was not built in a day. This type of narrative will anger the fans because why? That is not something they want to see. The fans are used to hiring and firing, but that is not sustainable. You need stability. So you don't understand when I talk about POV. So most times when people call into our show, they give their own analysis, they're talking from the point of view of a fan, not looking at a holistic approach. Sometimes I counter them, I test their arguments. Again, because you need to test arguments sometimes, whether I pass all forms of logic. So I go test them. Sometimes it will fall, sometimes it will stand. You get? So don't be say we just like to the counter on and make an argument because some people the events say, now my argument, it's my opinion, So you don't see how different POV they now. What is Sergeant Ratcliffe they talk and what is Man U fans they talk? They're not on the same page. Now, let's proceed and go into other stories. Now, away from that, so when you get reports say Real Madrid are prepared to reject offers from both Arsenal and Newcastle United for midfielder Adagule. So after they don't watch him establish himself as a regular under Xabi Alonso, I really like this guy. I love her back. Yes. But more just to watch how everything will unfold at the end of the day. Now, I saw this breaking news while I was doing my research this evening. So Netflix are set to bid for the rights to broadcast Champions League football. UEFA are eyeing 4.4 billion a year from club competition for club competition TV rights. So I don't know whether this is going to be a possibility again because Netflix already get the streaming platform. I just made them get the rights. They will just inculcate them everywhere go steal, but don't just watch. Whether that's so it will be, don't be so it will be. With time, we are going to get clarity on this particular news. Now, away from that, let's be doing this from one of our sponsors in Movie World Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shop protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, call them on +234 80646422 34, and they're located at number 7 Kennywood Road, or Razi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So the biggest news of the night, now be the fact, say, our Oga, Martin Keown, Arsenal legend, they talk, say, you don't get any new signing across Europe. We don't impact in team the way Zubimendi don't impact Arsenal. Zubimendi came to Arsenal and he hit the ground running, and we are happy that he did that. And with that being said, I think it's 5 days for us to call and it's like, come your way. later tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Now good night. Don't let them out. All right, guys. Ciao. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen.